Greetings. Today is the 27th of March 2018. As you can probably see, I'm outside Westminster Abbey. I often like to come down here and reflect on the anniversary of what took place 11 years ago. I like to pour libations for our ancestors to let them know that we haven't forgotten their struggles. It's kind of like a counter ritual towards the abomination they'd attempted in 2007 when they were trying to memorialise William Wilberforce as an emancipator of enslaved Africans. But it was here that my act of refusal seemed to take hold of the establishment and kind of broke that spell for so many people. And I didn't do it alone. In 2007, we had so many community organisations, so many community groups that decided that they were going to work together to make a change. And today I worry. I worry not because I don't believe that we are determined, that we want change, but I worry because sometimes we're too focused on the political aspects of change without thinking about the spiritual aspects of creating change. I mean, every year, millions of people come towards Parliament Square, and it's this square where the government has ordained that protest is allowed to take place. And as you can probably see, I'll show you in a second, they have plans afoot to change its function. People have already forgotten that there used to be people sleeping here 24/7 until they made laws moving them on. And I suspect people will soon forget that this square was meant to be a counterfoil to the corrupt lawmakers in the building in front of me. Far too often we seem to think that politics is the only way to affect change, without recognising that spirit is what gives us the conviction, spirit is what gives us the drive, spirit is what fuels our morals, what fuels the decisions that we make to make a difference in this world. And I say spirit, and I'm deliberately not talking about religion, because it's okay that people are of many different denominations. But what we have to recognise is that every time that we tend to believe that Parliament itself is sovereign, that it's sovereign over us as individuals, that the people in this building to my left know better than all of us, then we fall into the trap that they want us to. I don't want to say much more. What I want to say is that whilst we may separate, and always been convinced to separate the spirit from the political, take a look at how close this building is to Westminster Abbey, and understand that what they say we should do is not the same thing as what they actually do.
Right, now just take your hands out of your pockets. Lovely, just want to have a little chat to you. Everything okay?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. You've been doing a lot of talking. Apparently you were over there, you've been around this area quite a lot of time.
That's right.
And the security are quite concerned. We just want to eradicate any concern.
Okay.
So can we ask what you're doing?
I'm filming.
Okay, what are you filming?
I'm filming a memoir, a reflective piece for myself.
Okay. Can we get some details from you?
Details like what? What extra details are you looking for?
The security were concerned because you've been walking around the area filming sort of iconic sites.
That's right.
So what we want to do is just make sure that everything's okay.
Everything's okay. These are iconic sites. Like you can see, there are many tourists around here filming. I'm doing the same thing.
That you've been there 4 separate times.
Because I'm talking at the same time, so I'm composing my thoughts.
Okay, all right. You can see why we've been called.
Okay, well, I've answered the question.
And then they said at some point, like putting water down on the floor.
That's pouring libation for our ancestors, my ancestors.
Right. Okay.
Tell me about it. Tell me why you did that.
Because on the 27th of March in
Just stand out the way. Go on.
Because on the 27th of March in 2007, there was a ritual in Westminster Abbey, and it was quite disrespectful. And so what happened was that I was there, I left the premises, so I'm remembering that. And I come here on the anniversary, which today is the anniversary.
Okay, and what did you say, what did you call it? Throwing?
Libation, pouring libation. It's just water.
Okay.
It's a way of remembering ancestors. You might have a prayer, you may hold your hands, or some people might take a gin or whiskey.
Don't take this the wrong way, it's just that we've been asked to stop you and have a chat to you to make sure everything's okay, to find out what you've been doing, just to clarify things.
Right, have I clarified things now for you?
You have, but what we need to do is just take some details from you.
Just to let you know as well, I'm also filming this stop. As police officers, we film nearly all stops that we do.
Why do you need my details?
Well, it's just so we can check that there's no, in the threat, the way the threat level is at the moment, we like to speak to everyone that we can do, anyone that's come up as being perceived as suspicious behaviour, we'd like to take details.
So,
we can't force you, but it's just something that we can go back, tick that off, we will explain.
Well, I don't particularly want to give my details. I'm pretty sure that I'm on your database for whatever nonsense already. I mean, why this is...
So you have been stopped by police before?
I'm 51 years of age, yeah. I've been stopped by police before.
Okay. Have you been arrested before?
I've been arrested before, yes.
Right. Okay then. Well, I mean, in some ways that makes it easier because if your details are already on there...
I'm not a terrorist. I'm not a person of suspicious nature.
We're not saying you are a terrorist. We're just explaining that other people have perceived some of your behaviour as
So what other
unusual.
people have perceived? I mean, what other people are reporting? When you say security, where?
The security round there and to the left, members of security staff have flagged us down and said that they believe your behaviour was suspicious. That
my behaviour is suspicious. Yeah. Okay, no, you're just doing your job.
And like I said, the things about putting water down on the floor, things like that make sense now. But
outside of a church, pouring libation and making prayers is suspicious.
But I'm saying it was perceived as suspicious by them. That's why they spoke to us, and that's why we're speaking to you.
Well, have I given a satisfactory account? Do you understand what I've done now?
Yeah, we have.
Right, okay.
But
I don't want to give my details, so I don't know how we get past that.
Is this being filmed now?
Yes, it is being filmed now.
That's fine. What we want? What's this badge, by the way?
Afro superhero. It's a designer of mine, John Daniels, who's passed away now.
And you're not giving us your details?
No.
I feel a little bit sort of...
well, I've given you an account.
No, you have indeed.
I've given you a full account. You can ask me any question.
What are your details?
Apart from... That's very good.
That's a good question.
Very good.
When was the anniversary?
2007.
Okay. And what was the anniversary for, you say?
It was the abolition of the slave trade, as they called it at the time. It won't be difficult to find.
And today's the anniversary, yeah?
Today's the anniversary, yes.
I did do the block plan with the garage on it. So what I would propose to do, if I had
So where are you going to put the film? Is it for YouTube or do you have a channel?
Yeah, it might be YouTube. I haven't decided yet.
Oh right, okay. Oh, I'm just wondering out of interest. Is it something you do regularly at different places?
I'm a filmmaker,
yeah.
So I'll make a film and I'll document what's been going on as well.
Oh right, so do you cover current?
And historic, yes. Events. But like I said, this is very personal, so it's very reflective, which is why I'm talking to myself.
All right, okay. So then you make like a montage sort of thing at the end.
That's right.
What's your next big event?
That's okay.
You're going to get on work.
No,
any grey hairs are going to sharpen that.
I've got plenty of grey hairs. It's not nice having everyone looking at me as if there's something wrong with me, or as you can imagine, it's quite. I want to go back because now. I mean, can I leave now? Or am I being detained?
No, you're not being detained.
Right.
You're not being detained. We want to stop you. We explained to you why you've been stopped. You've given an account. You know, we've recorded it as well, and you've got a record of it.
Perfect.
There's no offences.
Good.
I don't believe have been committed.
We good to go?
Well, just to start with, but what we want to make sure is that you appreciate why we stopped you.
I do. I understood that.
And we thank you for your cooperation.
Okay, thank you for the clarity of explaining why I've
But
been
what
stopped.
we need to do is just to make sure that, I mean, try and explain to the security, so then eradicate stuff. Say, look, just to let you know, I'll be doing this, and it helps them as well, because otherwise there's a misunderstanding with some people that turn around and say, well, what is he doing? It's suspicious, and they don't like it. And what they need to do is you need to sort of try and tell them, if possible, what you're doing. That would help. That would help you, and it would help everyone else as well. If that's okay. Do you understand?
You're not saying that you want me to do it now. You're talking about if I ever do this in the future.
Can you continue now, or what's?
I'm pretty much wrapping up, actually.
Okay, so if you're going to do this again, just perhaps approach side. If you're going to do it around here, and just say, look, this is what I want to do, and this is why I'm doing it. So there's police, there's security. It might clarify and help things. Where's this going to end up, by the way?
I haven't decided yet. I'm a filmmaker, so yes, it
Okay.
might be like a colleague said on YouTube. It might be on Facebook. It might be in a
Have you got a
film.
business card or anything?
I do, but that would give you my details, wouldn't
Well,
it?
we could find it. What we're trying to do is cooperate. Please understand that what we want to do is we want to make sure that if there is anything said later on, we can turn around and say, no, he's a filmmaker, and we can clarify.
You've both got
filmmaker.
cameras. I'm pretty sure you're both filming just like I'm recording at the same time,
Absolutely.
right? Okay, you've heard everything that I've said. I've
Sure.
given you time-stamped details of exactly what's happened.
Not time-stamped.
What time-stamped? When I said
Not really.
the 27th of March is quite.
Well, that was
in two facts. Yeah, you could.
Timestamps of your events today, we don't know. So your
Okay.
timeline of today's
Fine.
events, we won't know.
I'm pretty
But
sure that
what?
you've got CCTV cameras
course
that
we
are
have. We've
recording
got
me,
CCTV
which will be
everywhere.
time-stamped exactly where I've been, what time, when
You
I.
haven't given that to me though, have you?
No, but
you've kept that.
That could be checked. But can you see that right now? Even though
course.
your colleague said that I'm not being detained,
Yeah,
I am
sure.
actually being detained, and I feel like.
You're not being detained. But
Right, so
we're
I
having
would
a
like to-
discussion. It's a normal discussion, like any normal person.
Okay, I'd like to
We're
leave
having a
now, though.
discussion.
Is that okay?
You can leave.
Thank you.
But do me one favour. Just if you're going to do this, just make sure people are aware of what you're doing and why you're doing
It's very difficult because I hear what you're saying, and I'll consider
They
it.
don't-
If you
they-
bear in mind that millions of people come
it. Are you
here.
detaining me now?
Say again?
Are you detaining me now? You're chatting to me.
No, I'm
this
just-
is a conversation.
Just making a point. Millions of people came here. They have their phones. They have their cameras,
Of course.
and they're doing the same thing. The only
Of course.
difference is that I'm using my phone on a gimbal. That's the only slight
I'll be
difference
honest.
here.
Not necessarily. Because if someone was doing a documentary and there was a whole film crew, then it's different.
But
It's
it's
just
not a
one
whole film
singular
crew. It's just
man.
one person. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's very different because it's, you know, we don't know what you're saying, we don't know what you're doing, and this is why we asked you to help us.
And I have done
two-way
that.
thing.
I have done that. But you understand, I have a right to a level of privacy. I'm not doing anything
You
criminal.
absolutely
I'm
have
a
a right to
British
privacy.
national. You know, I mean, anyway, thank you. You have a good day, both of you.
I'm Steve,
Okay. Take care, Steve.
and your name is?
My name is the man that you've met walking outside Westminster.
Okay, good man. Just do me one favor. Just have a word with him as you're doing it, please.
Take care. All
Okay,
the best,
good
Steve.
man, thank you.
Bye. And there you have it. A single African man walking around talking to his camera past the perceived institutions of power. We're talking about Houses of Parliament and Westminster Abbey can cause some kind of security alert, so much so that they stop me. Thank you. It's quite annoying, to be honest with you. Anyway, I poured libation. I've remembered the ancestors. I'll be back next year. So as usual, I'll close by saying may the ancestors continue to guide and protect us. Ashe.